I get for my libido, Henry? Apart from 15 points.
Now, let's see. 4-week, 8-program timer, sophisticated digital display, counter-lap button, infrared controls.
All right. To enjoy flaunting your wealth in the face of the jobless.
Eh?
Now, take no notice of Chris Hamish. Unemployed male models are notoriously catty.
And it has instant record mode and full stereo output.
Amazing. Yeah. Hello? Yes, he is. Just one moment, Chris. For you.
Hello. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Tomorrow, yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll be there, yeah. What does it entail exactly? Hello? Hello. I want you all to savour this moment. Because in years to come, you'll be able to tell your grandchildren you were there when it happened.
When what happened?
That was the boss of my modelling agency. Tomorrow, I step before the cameras for the first time.
Oh, Chris, that's wonderful. Monica, give me some grandchildren so I can tell them.
Bit short notice for a job.
Bit short notice for a grandchild.
Somebody's dropped out at the 11th hour. It involves massive exposure. Because it's a telly-commercial.
Don't tell me. We're looking at the new PG Tips chimp, right?
Monica, please. It's for an international publisher. I'm a bit short on details, but I gather I narrate some verse. So it's all very upmarket and highbrow.
Why on earth do they want you, then?
I'm not just a pretty face, Hamish. I have a certain calm authority, me, and the ability to radiate intelligence.
Oh, I've never seen you radiate intelligence. Have you ever seen him radiate intelligence?
Now, don't spoil his moment, Monica. He's done very well. He deserves our full backup and support. So anytime you want to borrow my mascara, feel free.
Carol, there's only one L in drool.
How could God do this to me?
Oh, Chris, pull yourself together. A pimple is not the end of civilization. It's a mere flaw on the jaw.
Yeah, well, with my luck, it'll erupt just when the director yells action. In my line of business, a pimple is professional suicide. It's like a butler having B.O. Henry, you're a medical man. Do something.
Let's do something, Henry. Bandage his tongue.
I'll get it. Time I was off anyway.
Well, good luck. Yeah, especially with the radiating intelligence bit.
Yeah.
I'm the calm authority, Chris. Calm it down a bit, will you?
I want you to walk out of this room a jobless male model with a zit and come back a star.
With a zit.
Captain Birdseye, I presume.
I don't normally strangle people on Sundays, chummy, but I'm more than willing to make an exception in your case.
No, he's not himself today, Richard. He's got a job.
You know, for a second, I thought you said you got a job.
I have.
He has. He's going to be impersonating an intelligent radiator. On your way, chap. Well, never mind. I'll explain on the river. What do you think? Is this jolly boating gear?
Sheila, as ever, you look good enough to...
Hey, nautical, nautical. Bye. Bye.
Have fun.
Bon voyage.
And you speak French as well. Oh, I think I'll launch a major offensive on the garden. It's like a jungle out there. If I don't do something soon, we'll have David Bellamy nosing round. You seem to be alone.
Yes.
We have the house to ourselves, so the last thing we need is an observer.
What exactly are you suggesting?
Can't you guess?
Of course. Scrabble.
How's your writer's block?
It's like a dark cloud hovering over my publisher's deadline.
Perhaps I could help.
You?
Oh, I hate to see a man with a blockage. I'm more than happy to offer my services as a sort of literary dynarod.
But out of letters.
So everything depends on my next move. What's the score? Oh, very much neck and neck, isn't it? All I have to do to win is get 548 with my final word.
Good luck.
Jacksaw. What am I supposed to do with that? Laxoid. Oodlix. Ah, got it. Ghoulie.
If you use that R...
Brilliant. Igloo.
Oh. Yeah, I was thinking more in terms of axiology, actually.
Ah, axiology, of course. Why on earth didn't I think of that? Probably because I've never heard of it.
Oh, it's the science of the significance of values.
You're the most significant man I've ever met, Henry. I think you're brilliant.
It's just that I played a lot of Scrabble.
Nonsense, you're a genius, and... Well, the fact is, I find a bit of a turn on. Excuse me. It's very thirsty work, gardening. Anyway, I'm making progress. I'm glad someone is. I just hope your gardening's better than your timing.
I see no way out, Sheila, because if Grip Lomax is halfway up the Matterhorn in his dinner jacket in Chapter 9, he can't seriously expect to appear in the hotel lobby in Chapter 10.
True. He'll be far too busy in his new role as the world's best-dressed snowman.
There's absolutely nothing he can do.
He could do a frozen penguin impersonation.
Sheila, please.
Why doesn't he overpower the villain and pinch his thermals?
Because that villain is over 50 feet away and Grip is unarmed.
But Grip was captain of cricket at Harrow, wasn't he?
So?
So, there's no shortage of ice on the Matterhorn. All he needs to do is find a handy lump of ice about the size of a cricket ball and imagine the villain's head as a set of stumps. Ice hits skull at 80 miles per hour and how's that? Exit one villain to that great pavilion in the sky.
That's absolutely brilliant.
We do our best.
You know, this proves what I've long suspected.
What's that?
That you're indispensable to me.
It's just that I've never seen your room.
Right, well, there it is.
And you can tell so much about a person from their room.
Oh, dear. Right. Well, perhaps I can show you some of my equipment.
Now you're talking.
It's quite old, this. It's a Victorian tongue depressor.
Why should anyone want a depressed tongue? Kinky lot, the Victorians.
Yes. Oh, this is a fairly ancient sphygmomanometer.
Oh, I'll get you a new one for Christmas.
Right. What else can I show you?
Are you kidding?
Oh,
Henry, you've got a skeleton in your cupboard.
it's my father's.
Your father's skeleton?
I prefer to keep it out of sight.
You mean, that is the actual skeleton of your actual father?
When I say it's my father's skeleton, I mean... Yes, it's my father's skeleton.
Oh, gosh. Is that the doorbell knocking? We must go. See you, Henry.
Thank you, Father. Oh.
Actually know what I'm doing, Sheila.
Sorry. Just a little navigational tip.
No, you mean well, but let's not forget that I had a fairly distinguished naval career, and I managed to navigate a Type 42 destroyer with a certain amount of success.
Sorry, Captain. I'm just an ignorant landlubber.
I can assure you the River Thames is very small beer indeed to a man as rounded Cape Horn in all its fury. I steer these waters confident that I'm one of the most qualified men afloat.
Try to tell me what that means.
Means I forgot to fill up.
Shall we just drift gently to shore then and have some lunch?
I planned to turn this wasteland into a veg patch to save my money. It's taken me hours to do this bit. Could be 1990 before we get our first carrots.
How well do you know Henry?
Not as well as I'd like, Carol. Mainly because you got to him first in your usual swift style. He's been looking very nervous ever since. He obviously never realised there was a man-eater at large in the house.
Have you finished?
Well, I was going to add that I sometimes feel like firing a tranquilizer dart into one of your hyperactive thighs.
Then you're welcome to him. Because he's sick.
Sick?
very, very sick. He's got a skeleton in his cupboard. A real live skeleton. A rather real dead one.
Medical students have a lot of homework, Carol. They need a skeleton to refer to during their lonely hours of study. Anyway, it's a bit of company for them.
But it's his father's skeleton.
Oh, they must have been very close.
I mean, he's so sick. I mean, surely a normal medical student hangs clothes in his cupboard, not his next of kin.
Thanks, Joey.
Don't worry, Richard. I'm sure even Nelson ran out of petrol occasionally. Shall we head for the nearest pub?
Hardly. If you'll follow me.
I'm impressed.
Good. Because I'm hoping this will be the most memorable luncheon of our lives.
Well, it'll certainly be the largest.
I've something rather important to say now, Sheila. What are you doing?
I thought you were going to say grace.
Hopelessly, helplessly, desperately, and irreversibly in love with you.
Gosh, that's an awful lot of adverbs, Richard.
Will you marry me?
It's just that Ben's memory is very strong. In my head, in my heart, in my shelves.
The shelves?
DIY. Every time one of them falls off the wall, I think of him.
I'm no stranger to grief myself, you know.
Oh, come on, Richard. Delia didn't die on you. She merely eloped to Weybridge with your stockbroker.
It still hurt. He was a very good stockbroker. I can put up shelves that fall off the walls.
I'm not saying never.
You're not?
What did you think I'd say?
At best, what you said. At worst, I thought you might throw me overboard.
Not a trace of madness on the surface, is there? He looked so mild-mannered. But then so did Dr. Crippen.
Henry, you know that skeleton you've got on loan from your dad?
Yes?
Well, Carol's under the impression that it is your dad, or rather once was.
I know.
Well, you see, it's rather put her off you.
I know. You see, I've been trying to put Carol off me for some time, but it's very difficult to do these things without feelings being hurt, you know.
Oh, you're so sensitive, Henry. I really like that.
Fact is, Monica, that oversexed limpets just aren't my type.
Oh. What is your type?
Well, since you ask, I think you maybe.
Me?
Yes.
Do you fancy a walk in the park?
Cheer up. Don't let's spoil a lovely day.
Oh, 1,000 apologies. Unforgivable of me not to appear the happiest man alive.
Look, this is difficult for me too, Richard.
Madness. Absolute madness.
No, it wasn't. It was very nice of you to ask me.
It's madness for you to turn me down.
Oh, yes. Look, I'm truly flattered that you decided to take the plunge. And I'm truly sorry that you landed on your head.
But I've so much to offer you, Sheila. My heart, my life, my bank account. We've everything in common.
Have we?
Well, name me one subject, just one, on which we don't feel the same.
Politics.
Apart from that.
Chinese food.
Apart from that.
Religion.
Apart from that.
Sports.
Apart from that.
One day.
Apart from that.
Men with handbags.
Apart from that.
Smell of pipe tobacco?
Apart from that.
Jack Nicholson? Ah. See, really, Richard, we've got absolutely nothing in common at all. I mean, we're not even the same shape.
Italian food.
Love it.
Me too.
Beethoven?
My favourite.
Mine too. Mum! Hello.
Mrs. Haddon.
Hi. Hi.
You don't seem unduly concerned.
Oh, it takes a lot more than that to shock me, Richard. I'm a child of the 60s, remember? Which is, I fear, yet another thing we don't have in common.
Come in. Oh, don't sulk. I'm dying for a cup of tea.
So am I. Which proves conclusively that we do have something in common.
Apart from always wanting the last line.
You're never going to believe this. What would you say if I told you that Henry keeps the bones of his father in his cupboard?
I'd say you were deranged. Nothing in common? I'll put the kettle on.
Carol, Henry's father is a very much alive and kicking GP, one of Dorking's best. And very well covered in flesh. Now, the anorexic gentleman upstairs in the closet is the property of Henry's father, not what's left of him.
Does Monica know this?
Pass. You're going to be all right.
There's one thought that sustains me, Sheila. At least you never said never.
Me? Never.
Hmm.
See you soon.
Mm-hmm. Sorry. Excuse me.
Mine. That's my daughter and friend. Pass again.
Well, Carol, if it isn't Tweedledum and Tweedledee. Or should I say, Boney-owned Juliet.
Excuse me, I'm a doctor.
Look, before you kill me, I really think I should tell you that you and Henry were doomed from the start.
Well, I suppose you could be right. I mean, I know Henry's very intelligent, but he's also amazingly boring on the quiet.
No, he's not. He's just a bit cerebral for you. You see, what a man like Henry wants from a relationship is brains first and sex second. You'd be better off with someone like Chris who wants sex first and, let's face it, sex second as well.
I can't claim it was any great challenge. All I had to do was look cool and ooze sophisticated sex appeal.
Really?
It was very much the dawn of a megastar situation. And then, to cap it all, Samantha Fox dropped in to offer her congratulations. I never felt so smothered in acclaim.
You'll be smothered with this saucepan if you don't shut up.
Eh?
It's been brag all evening. Anything on the box tonight, Mum?
No, nothing.
No, Chris is right. The only thing that's on was Casablanca, and that finished half an hour ago.
May I interject at this point?
Not if it makes a mess on the carpet.
Mrs. Haddon, through the power of video, I have Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman ready and waiting in the wings.
Oh, Hamish, of all the houses and all the towns, you've all the Chiswick, you had to walk into mine.
Which channel was it on?
ITV?
Hands up, who wants to play cards? No, Monopoly! Charade! Charade!
I want to see the film.
Ah, it should start immediately after these commercials.
Yeah, sooner the better. Why not zap through the ads with your X8 speed facility?
Good idea. Hold on.
Oh!
Don't we know that face?
Ah.
Now, here's my freeze frame facility.
No, have you got a stop facility, a rewind facility, and a play it again, Sam, with the volume up facility?
Read all about it in the Globe. On the eve of the Superpower Summit, tomorrow's Globe. Plus, the Globe says knickers as we unveil our saucy special offer. Thrills and frills as you unrobe with the Globe. Plus, make $1 million when the Globe gives you the goose.
With a clip of my beak and a flash of my legs, I'll hatch you a mint with my golden eggs.
This and page 3, 5, 7 and 9 Globe Boys and Girls. all in tomorrow's Globe.
Why is your beak so high? 4 inches lower, it would have covered your pimple.
It was a goose pimple.
Oh, I think you were miscast. You're totally the wrong sex for a goose. You're much more of a gander.
Guess what I've just found? A slow-motion facility. Hands up all those who'd like to see a goose oozing sophisticated sex appeal in slow motion.
I think you look very sexy in white.
And I think we're all agreed that you waddle with a certain amount of cam authority.
Honestly, you should have told us, Chris. We would not have laughed at you. We don't think any the less of you because you've got feathers and webbed feet.
I'm off to bed now, Mum.
Mon, Richard proposed to me today.
And?
Well, we haven't got a thing in common. Well, I mean, hardly a thing. Why is it I like him so much?
Because he's very likeable, and he makes you laugh, and he's kind. Just like Dad was.
True. And he's actually very good at DIY, just like Dad wasn't.
He loves you, Mum.
I know. I mean, this could be my chance of achieving not only happiness, but shelves that stay up.
Oh, I wish you'd be serious for a minute. You're a constant worry to me.
Am I?
Yes. I don't think you appreciate how difficult it's been for me bringing up a mother single-handed. Never knowing where my next father's coming from.
It's probably just a stage I'm going through. I'll grow out of it.
And finally, a nice boy like Richard comes along, and what happens?
Nothing so far.
No, well, it's got to stop. Do you hear me? I think you should seriously reconsider his proposal. I think it was Shakespeare who once said, "The path of true love is always a bit iffy." Sleep well. I want you to ponder hard on what I've said.
Oh, I will. I'll give it a really hard ponder. Good night, Mum.